right, well, welcome back to our second episode of the Master Series. And this episode, we're going to talk about mastering your time. Well, Daisha, we learned during our visit to your home that you have time management down to a science. Like you could split the atom with how perfect you are on your time management. Well, at least it looks that way. Yeah. So let's begin our segment by taking a quick look at how you start your day.
Oh my goodness, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, and I love to get my workouts done because, you know what, Mary Kay always said join the 5 o'clock club. Get up early, get it done, and with 3 kids, if I don't get it done, it's just not going to happen. It was a little bit hard at first, but it's gotten easier over time, so I try to work out like twice a week with a trainer, and the reason I pay a trainer is because it makes me get there. I might oversleep if I don't pay a trainer. So anyway, I guess we're going to work out.
Wow. And this might sound like a silly question, but why is it so important for you to be a member of what Mary Kay called the 5 o'clock club?
Well, everyone is different. Before I had children, I got up at the 7 a.m. o'clock club. I would have my quiet time, go work out, and try to be dressed by 10 a.m. But now having small children, I'm so pressed for my time. I've just got to make use of my time. So I have decided to take Mary Kay's advice and join the 5 o'clock club, sometimes the 6 o'clock club, because I get so much more done. You know, I work out with a trainer twice a week at 6 a.m. And the other days I don't work out with a trainer. I try to get some office work done. But when you wake up at 5 a.m., you actually add a whole day to your week.
That's awesome. And you know, I've heard from a lot of our extremely successful Mary Kay National Sales Directors that physical fitness is so important to them. And so it sounds like and looks like that that's also a part of your lifestyle, eating healthy and working out. So tell us why you place such a priority on staying active and eating healthy.
Well, I definitely think that taking time to be healthy is so important. You know, health is everything. If you don't have health, you have nothing, right? Just drinking water, making sure that you work out at least 3 to 5 times a week just for 20, 30 minutes, whether it's at a gym or at your house or walking around the block or the park or Pilates or yoga or whatever, just get moving, right? It also helps decrease your stress level, which is huge. Dealing with women can be challenging at times. So working out will definitely help you with this, as you know. Eating healthy makes such a difference. You are what you eat, right? If you have carbs and sugars, you're going to be tired and lethargic. And if you have veggies and fruits, you're going to have energy. And I came from a farm family, so I've been blessed to have all the veggies and fruit at full access. And sometimes I take that for granted, but, just started juicing. And I think a lot of people are now juicing now, which I think is great. And, you are what you eat. And when you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you have confidence. And I truly believe that confidence sells.
Yes, I would certainly agree. I know I always drag myself to the treadmill, but when I get done, I feel so much better. So absolutely. I definitely agree with you there. Daisha, like so many women, you wear a ton of different hats, and it's definitely a balancing act. You're a mother of 3, you're a wife, you're a daughter, you're a friend, and you run a very successful business. And we asked you about this when we were there in Miami, and let's take a look at what you shared with us.
So with building my business when I was younger, it was a little bit challenging, I will say, when I was young, because I was thinking, I had no business experience. I was completely shy. I really didn't have a great circle of influence. So I really had to plan and prepare and mentally think, well, if I go here, I'm going to meet this person, or, I had to strategically focus on getting 5 new leads a day and 2 new bookings. Well, now that I have children, it's really put me in those circles. So I think there's advantages to building without children, and I think there's advantages to building with children. When you don't have children, your only focus is your business. You have so much freedom and options and choices. However, you really have to learn to be disciplined and diligent with your time, which can sometimes be challenging. And then when you have children, of course, you have the challenges of dealing with the craziness and the kids and the schedules. However, it puts you in great circles of influence with school and church and running errands and soccer practice and dance. So I think there's advantages with having children and without. Don't ever use your children or not having children as an excuse. Use them as your future reason or your current reason.
So, Daisha, what has been your greatest learning over the years about how to take full advantage of the time you have in the day, whether you have a family or whether you're single?
Well, we all have the same amount of time in our day, and I loved the Facebook quote the other day that said Beyonce has the same amount of time in her day as we do. I mean, imagine. It's not about the quantity of time that we work our business, as we know, it is about the quality of time. And I've always made use of the weekly plan sheet. I think it's just so smart to sit down at the beginning of the week and really plan out what's important to you, putting your faith first, then your time with your husband or your fiance or boyfriend, then your family time, your health time, working out. Maybe you still work a corporate job or you're working Mary Kay full time. It's just really planning it out, knowing when you're going to be, where you're going to be, so you can give it your full energy. So I came up with this 4-hour work day because, I believe truly it's not, like I said, about the quantity of time, but the quality of time. So a lot of moms, they really only have 10 to 2 before they have to pick up their kids. And especially for me, so I came up with this thing for our independent sales directors that it would be 4 hours of intention work. So the first hour would be on booking, then the second hour would be on coaching, the third hour would be calling your customers, and the fourth would be on sharing or following up with someone that might be interested. And so it doesn't matter where you work those 4 hours. It's your business. You're independent. But I just think it's smart to have a plan and to be intentional with your day.
Absolutely. That sounds very digestible to me. Are there any other important time management tools that you would recommend? Like, are there any digital tools at the top of your list for helping you make the best of your time?
Well, Misty, I'm a pen and paper kind of girl, so I've always
Which
used.
totally goes against your generation, your Gen Y, but you're
I'm kind of on the cusp.
Right.
I'm that last year, so I'm kind of between X and Y. And don't get me wrong, I do love digital tools, but I really feel accomplished when I write it and I check it off.
Yeah.
So what I've always done is I've had a spiral notebook, and I always write my goals. Like, let's say it's March, I'll write March and what I'm going to accomplish. How many skincare parties? How much am I going to sell? How many new independent team members am I going to add to my team? And then every page is a day. So at night before I go to bed, I write out, who am I going to book that next day? Who do I need to coach? Who is someone I need to follow up with? Who's a customer that I need to follow up? Just having that intention is so important. So, that's always, I believe, one of my assets is just, really planning out the next day so that whether I only have an hour, 2 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, I'm intentional with that next day. So I really think that spiral really, really helps. Now, don't get me wrong. I do sit down with my assistant and go over my schedule, and she'll put it in my iCloud. And
so there you go. There's your
and it will alarm me. Let's be clear that with 3 children, I have to have it written down and on my phone so I don't forget. So, but I just think it's really important to plan, to work, to plan your work and to work your plan.
Well, it sounds like your assistant definitely plays a very important role in helping you manage your time. Let's get you guys in action.
Were you able to get Abigail's flyer ready for the Dallas event
right now?
Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, I wanted to ask you that. So you're going to get that off to her today?
I can.
Okay. And then the seminar itinerary, do we pretty much have that done?
I just have to contact them and that's literally.
Okay, cool. And then you're going to make that link so it's easy for them to, we're going to make the how-to version on our website. Okay, awesome. And then do you know how many guests we have coming tonight for our unit meeting for gifts?
Not yet.
Okay.
I had a few people respond, but
Okay.
I sent out another email about it.
Just so I have enough little goodies.
Yeah.
Okay, let me know how many and who I'm expecting. So I'm not like, hey, how are you?
Yeah.
And then if you'll get me some new fall packets ready for my bag and some pens, and also some senior enhancers for tonight's meeting. Okay? Did you have questions for me about other stuff?
No, I'm good to go. I have just a phone on back burner.
Okay, cool.
You're welcome.
That was really awesome. It sounds like you two communicate very, very well, and I know that that's so important in an intense working relationship like you guys have. So tell me, how does having an assistant help you make the best use of your time, and what are the most important responsibilities that you have assigned to your assistant?
I believe that having an assistant is crucial. She's helped me with my paperwork since 2002. I have not touched paperwork since 2002. I am just with the people, doing what I do best, what most of us do best, right? I believe that you need at least an assistant for every 50 unit members, 10 hours of help in your office. So if you have 50 unit members, maybe 10 hours. 100 unit members, 20 hours, and 200 full time. And of course, this is just a personal opinion of mine.
Absolutely. Whatever works for you. Daisha, before we close this episode, I would love to know how you feel that your assistant or an assistant helps with the maintenance and addition part of our business, which are two of the quadrants from the Mary Kay Math concepts.
Well, having an assistant allows you to focus on really what's important and help you keep the bottom from falling out. Can you imagine what would happen if you weren't able to maintain what you've invested in and you've spent so much time building? So she's responsible for things like emails, making flyers, calendars, a newsletter, website updates, customers, going to the post office, running errands, answering phone calls, putting together new consultant packets, like everything that stresses me. I truly believe in buying my balance.
Right.
I keep a full-time office assistant and virtual assistant. And the reason for the virtual assistant, if God forbid my assistant has to leave me because maybe she wants to do something else, and in the meantime, while I'm hiring someone new, I've got that virtual assistant, which is kind of like a crack filler. So it really, really helps. But I believe that the multiplication and division of Mary Kay Math is where the magic happens. I'm focused on building people and coaching them to build leaders.
That is awesome. Daisha, thank you so much for sharing us how you master your time. And it's just a great reminder that we can manage our time and set us up for the success that we desire. Am I right? And to all of you, until our next episode next week, I want you to remember these words from Mary Kay Ash. Make every day count. Make every hour count. Make every minute count. And don't stop until you've exercised your full potential, realized your impossible dream, and fulfilled your total destiny to become the person that you and only you are capable of being.